Okay, ladies and gentlemen, anybody joining us now? We're looking for another JDL America 1 division. It's going to be Liquid against Top 5. We're sitting in the lobby right now. I'm going to be joined by davidy today, and we are basically just waiting for a couple of name changes to be confirmed, just so that us casters can actually know who does what and what is who. So yeah, should be coming in very, very shortly with that. Going to be quite an interesting match as well, simply because Liquid are currently sitting at the top of the league. 13 wins, 1 loss handed to them in an amazing game yesterday against Revenge, which you should be able to find on my channel. I think I've made a highlight of it by now. Yeah, top 5 sadly sitting at the bottom of the league. So put it this way, I think most people are expecting this to go one way rather than the other, but that's what makes it interesting. If top 5 can put up a fight here, this is going to be crazy. Game has now officially started. I am sitting on the Dota loading screen. And I'm just going to quickly have a look at the match history between these two teams.
Hello.
Seems they don't have any. Hey davidy, how you doing?
How's it going? Glad to be here.
It's going good. It's going good. I just found out these two actually haven't played each other before in a match that's recorded on the JDL site, which is a bit of a shame.
Interesting.
But Liquid is top of the league and top 5 is bottom, so this should be an interesting game, one way or the other, I'm sure.
They're no longer undefeated.
And everybody's voted in. My gosh, it's true that Revenge game yesterday, amazingly well played. Now I've been having even more problems. Yep, there we go. Microphone level should now be normal for people. It's decided to reset over and over and over again these days.
10 seconds to go.
And here we go, looking into coming at the first bands. Are you feeling alright, by the way, davidy? You've had quite a week.
It's like as I said before, you take life one step at a time. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. Good to go.
And your mate Toby is doing the primary broadcasting channel for this one as well.
Right, best friend forever.
Best friends forever, man. BFFs. Nate's profit ban. I'm happy about that. We've been seeing a lot of push lineups, and yep, the Invoker. Is that every match we've ever cast now? That's had an Invoker ban or pickup?
Didn't we have one? I believe. No, there was one that we got to the second phase without him being picked or banned. Second pick phase, and he was picked.
And
that's the latest we've ever seen it go. In the last month, I think.
Yeah. It was third or fourth. But I mean, that's standing out as like a significant event. And the Batrider as well. I mean, do you think the meta at the moment is definitely kind of heading towards highly mobile teams, ganking opportunities?
I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah. I'm wondering what else Team Liquid are going to ban with that in mind. And it looks like Liquid as well changed all their names appropriately. It looks like top 5 didn't, so they're not going to be getting as much love from the commentators, unfortunately. That's just how it works.
There'll be a lot of hero naming over for top 5.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of, oh, there goes Bristleback. C'est la vie. And the Lycan pickup, does that make you happy?
See, I for one am not surprised by the Lycan pickup. You know, not even. I don't need to register emotion for it. But I like seeing Lycan play. He's just part of it is that I really enjoy playing Lycan. I think he's a really fun hero to play, and so it's always nice to be someone who can play it. Obviously, much better than I can. Learn a lot.
I am wondering whether this was Liquid's kind of strategy from the beginning, or whether they saw that Nature's Prophet ban and thought, okay, they don't want globals obviously with the Ancient Apparition, but also they don't want us to be pushing. So let's pick up a Lycan, maybe a couple of others, and it looks like top 5 are going for a kind of counter push lineup.
Well, also picking squishy support, so understandable that they wanted to take out those big global nukers. We may see, you know, this will allow the supports to sort of spread the map a little bit more, and not have to worry about being sniped quite as much.
Absolutely, yeah. And just I love that Rubik pickup, particularly when he picks up Lycan's ult. It's just amazing. Just rapid Rubik rushing around, and it kind of limits Liquid's choices here. I always say this with Rubik. He's always just that kind of weird weird pickup that can disrupt a lot of things.
Radiant team.
You've got to be careful
ban.
about picking up powerful skills if you've got a Rubik on the other team.
To some extent, unless you're going for the big wombo combo 5-man, which typically a Lycan first pick doesn't usually build into, though it can. You just have to accept that Rubik is gonna steal abilities. You can't build a team that doesn't have abilities that contribute to the game unless you're gonna go total right-click DPS. So you just have to accept that as a factor and move on. Frankly, I guess at least that's how I look at it. But I know there's many people that are more careful when trying to prevent the Rubik from stealing anything.
I suppose it depends on the skill of the Rubik player you're going against, and other than top 5 not having the right names, I also don't know who's a Rubik player. But it's a bold pickup. It can turn a game if you've got really high tier player running him. It can just be a kind of mediocre support if he's not played right.
It's also interesting to see both supports picked up with the first 2 picks, which you don't see a lot, and 2 supports that are both relatively squishy, similar supports, but sort of kind of fill the same role with those 2. So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, obviously, I don't see that there's any way it's not going to be a defensive tri lane coming out from top 5 with those picks also. So a pretty informative first 2 picks that I think gives Liquid a lot of information they can react to now.
Yeah, very true. I mean, there's the upside of our carries are still to come. So if they're going to counter anything, they'll be countering our supports, which maybe isn't as bad. But you're right; those 2 supports being picked up. Yeah, you're totally right. That hadn't occurred to me, but it's got to be a defensive tri lane. And with Nyx Assassin, with Nyx Assassin coming out on Liquid, I haven't been seeing a lot of Nyx off lane, so I think that's probably a setup for a tri lane. But that gives away less. I think that could be aggressive or defensive as well.
It could be a Nyx Assassin. I mean, again, when you do have that sort of lots of lockdown in that tri lane, but relatively squishy supports, Nyx may be happy to be in the off lane and just play relatively defensive. Excuse me. Play relatively defensive and just try to get levels and not get in range for all the control and make sure he's warded well. Maybe not. But either way, now Liquid knows. Okay, that's how they're laning. Let's build a strategy to deal with that.
Yeah. And this is Liquid. Not like they're going to struggle to come up with something, I'm sure. Banning out the Slardar and the Ember. Slardar being a great choice, obviously, when you're running a Nyx. Also, when you're going to be trying to do a lot of up-close fighting and right-clicking with Lycan and Nyx together. An Ember Spirit, do you think that reflects what they think top 5 will do, or just a tier 1 ban?
Frankly, I think it's just a tier 1 ban. I mean, it's not like... It's not as if... I mean, I think top 5, of course, does have a 5-man oriented lineup, 5-man push, and Ember Spirit does work fairly well in that lineup, but I would guess it's just I prefer tier 1 ban. It may also just be that they know top 5 better than I do, at least. So I don't know if top 5 has a particularly good Ember Spirit player. But no, I don't think that's particularly revelatory. It is interesting to see, though, as we do see Viper picked up by top 5, Venomancer and DK banned out by top 5, so definitely trying to limit their pushing options. And though Lycan is a good pusher, Nyx certainly isn't, so clearly does not want Liquid to go for a pushing lineup, even though Liquid wasn't hitting that particularly hard.
I have a question for you.
Radiance pick.
Would Lycan's Howl affect Visage's Familiars?
Okay. Would Lycan's Howl? Yes, it would affect Visage's Familiar, absolutely.
Okay, I'm just wondering, because they're magic immune. I don't know how well they react to buffs, not being a Visage player.
I could be wrong, but I believe they still receive positive buffs.
That's a good lineup, and the Axe there as well, so they can mess with the Team Liquid safe lane. Good choice. And I'm glad we're seeing a Viper on as well. I don't think it's
5
he's
seconds.
a kind of mid to late game ranged carry nuki guy, not too complicated, but because of that, I feel very, very able to criticize people as they play Viper. I'm like, nope, I would do that differently. Nope, needs to be something different here. Also, if they were thinking of picking up the mid this early, I think that's a good call. With Viper not uncounterable, like if Team Liquid pick up a TA, no, not a TA, sorry. TA sucks against Viper. But that, not uncounterable, but he is a decent mid, I think, against most other mids you might run up against. Team Liquid taking their time on this on this 4th pick. 28 seconds of bonus time left. And yeah, I've been saying as well, like the drama recently that surrounded Team Liquid. I said my own views on it yesterday, but what I really want to see out of Fluff and out of Team Liquid generally is leadership from Fluff. I actually don't care if they win or lose, but I want to see Fluff making plays. I want to get the impression that he's in control of the team. I want to see them be coordinated and sync. That will make me really happy. Really, really happy.
Radiant team ban.
And they're banning out the Storm Spirit. Is that who you'd be afraid of playing a Viper mid? Oh, I mean, David, he hadn't said anything for a long time. I was wondering whether he was just I don't know, just being polite or something. But it actually looks like he might be. Oh no, still in Dota apparently. David, when you're back, let me know. Liquid picking up a Crystal Maiden here, great.
Reserve time, 5 seconds.
Can hear, not sure what's wrong. Working on it, says Davidy. We'll address that. Very strange that would suddenly happen halfway through the cast. Crystal Maiden picked up. That's another great support, and it does look like it'll be a Nyx off lane, given that we've got Visage and Crystal Maiden now. And Dazzle coming out for top 5. Lots of supports up there, which I've said before. Oh, I heard a noise there. I think it's cutting out, David, but you're getting through. Oh, that sounds better. I can hear steady typing noise.
All right, how about now?
That sounds perfect. There we go.
All right, sorry about that.
I heard you type in the messages I then received. Oh, now we're just getting that lag as people pick up heroes. But what do you think about these last 4 bans quickly? I think a lot of supports on top 5. And yeah, a decent tri lane's coming out of Liquid, and it is going to be an off lane Nyx.
Mid Dazzle.
Yeah? I was wondering about mid Rubik possibly.
Maybe. I think mid Dazzle.
Definitely an unorthodox mid, and I'd be very surprised if Viper does go mid this time.
Could be aggressive tri lane from top 5.
Oh, I think it will be, yeah, with that axe. So who would you put in that?
Or with the Viper. Either way, depending on how they want to run it.
Yeah, I suppose it could be Viper.
Seconds.
I'll wait till.
I'm curious. Yeah, I'm very, very curious.
Could it be the mid Rubik with the Dazzle, Shadow Shaman, and either Axe or Viper in an aggressive tri lane?
I'd get ready if I were you.
Let's see. You want to introduce?
Shadow Shaman also not a bad mid.
Very true. Yeah, and actually one who can annoy Viper if played correctly. Seeing Liquid's Golden Rush come out, which I absolutely love. Do you want to introduce Liquid?
Absolutely. So hopefully I'll do so quickly, as we do have 4 Dire heroes heading into the Radiant jungle. We have
and 4 Radiant heroes.
Fluff and Stuff. Absolutely. Fluff and Stuff on the Crystal Maiden, along with TC on the Lycan, and Way 2. Hopefully he won't be way too out of position this game. They head out into this bottom lane for defensive tri lane, but I'll pause for a second as top 5 is moving into their jungle, places a sentry ward here, I think, to try to block the pull camp. I'm not sure if that does block, but spotted out, pinged out by the Radiant. Not totally sure what that ward, and is going to miss the D ward, so I think they knew that, interesting, they seem to know that Liquid wanted to place a ward here, but just didn't quite spot it out with theirs.
They'll have been watching previous games, but they also get the large camp there, but then spotted out by wolves.
Yeah. And does have an observer here. Anyway, so I'll just finish the introductions real quick. On mid, we have Bulba going mid on the Nyx Assassin, and Koifa going off lane with the Tinker. So I think they feel the unconventional laning coming out from top 5 and are trying to react to it.
Absolutely correct, yeah.
And,
I'm just going to try and go through...
We do see that aggressive tri lane. Please.
I'll just try and go through the top 5 quickly, and we'll get back to that aggressive tri lane. We've got... It's going to have to just be Viper up on the top lane, unfortunately. We've got Fly, Shadow Shaman mid, as we suggested it could be. And down in their aggressive tri lane, it's Axe, it's whatever on Dazzle, and it's stand-in triple X on the Rubik.
Love the Axe set.
Let's have a quick look at that. Oh, I've got that Axe. Mine even has a rune on it.
Oh, you have that one? Great helmet too.
Yeah, I don't have the helmet, unfortunately. Much sad. But yeah, that's a mean looking axe. And it looks like it does successfully block the pull camp. So good call there from top 5.
Oh. Shows what I know.
Yeah, right. Who do you think's got the edge here? Because I mean, with Lycan effectively jungling at this stage, it's tri-lane against 2 supports. And
I think top 5's going to take the tower very quickly.
But it is important to the game.
It looks like TC is wondering whether he should be coming in here.
Bottom tower is under
the support's happy to just really just soak up XP. It looks like they don't seem to be too worried about that.
Gone.
Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked.
It does look like Bulba's getting the better of mid. Not in terms of last hits, but Fly taking a lot of harass.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Yep,
under
that tower's
siege.
down. Up on top lane, Koifa doing a fair job against Viper. Looks like they're fairly even, but again, it's Liquid losing out on the.
I don't think Liquid had to give up that tower. Not that fast. I think they could have defended it. It was that was a conscious choice by Lycan to let it go.
Yeah, it could be because you're playing against Axe. If you you can spend a lot of time trying to defend your tier 1 against Axe.
Right.
And a lot of effort and be ganked and be in horrible situations. They've actually now got a fairly safe lane. But of course,
I don't even think it was necessarily a wrong decision, but it was definitely a conscious decision.
I have a look at that gold graph. I mean, that's what they pay for that. So they've got to try and make up 1,500's worth of farm on their heavy carry.
Tier 2?
I'm not sure there's going to be much they can do to stop this either.
But with both of these, this is what I was saying about very squishy supports for both teams. What is Liquid going to do about this?
Yeah, I think Axe was an amazing pickup from top 5. Just what they needed.
Is being attacked.
Looks like Lycan's ready to come in now, salving up. Are they going to try and contest
They can't win this fight.
Its structures.
They really can't.
Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked. But
that's
you probably
2, 2, and 3 on the Dire Heroes. Way2 still sitting. Way2 and Fluff both still sitting on level 1. Chance for a Frostbite here, which might trap Axe under the tower. Doesn't get in range quickly enough.
But Lycan is just still jungling. I mean, he's choosing to jungle instead of take lane farm, which is I guess understandable against the aggressive Jai lane. But he could have stopped the tier 1 falling, and maybe chose not to. That's a fair choice. But this tier 2 is going to fall if he sits in the jungle like that. And they used a Fortify to try and defend. I'm not sure it's okay if they want to stack the tier 2, I suppose. But they seem to not be sure what they want to do here.
I know. I would give anything to be able to hear what Liquid are saying right now. Absolutely anything.
I remember. I can't remember exactly which tournament it was. It might have been the MLG Championships, where they would every now and then let you go into the TeamSpeak, and I was just like, I cannot. How is this not always
they're going
an
on
option?
Crystal Maiden. Fluff in trouble. Gets out in time.
There's no real lockdown other than the Rubik for top 5 in this aggressive lane, so it's going to be very difficult for them to get any kills here. But I'm not sure what Fluff and Way2 are doing. I mean, they can't really defend the tower alone without Lycan. That's fine, but then they should be heading to the top lane and trying to push into Viper. Look how low Viper is. Well, he's salving up now, or helping out Nyx mid. Bulba is rotating down now.
I mean, they are slowing it down, and the minute that tier 2 goes down, it's going to be suddenly a 3-man ganking squad with nothing to do other than try and harass mid lane. I mean, now that they're in a slightly better position, Axe can't loop around quite so easily. It's not proving too hard for them to just pull the creep wave back behind the tower every time. But as I say that, it does look like a gank attempt is going on mid from TC and Fluff.
Yeah, I think.
There's a smoke
this
gank.
is much better. They're going to smoke up with Lycan and come in on the pushers. The way you deal with the towers are going to fall.
The tower's going to go down.
The way you.
Radiant's bottom tower has been destroyed.
Smoke coming in. They find Dazzle.
And that'll be first blood.
Shallow grave.
Won't last long enough. Spike Carapace coming out from Nyx. First blood going to Way2. And now it's 4 versus 2 down here on the bottom lane. Bulba not enough mana for another stun, but there we go. He's got enough now.
Radiant's middle tower is under siege.
But I gotta
I
say,
think this is a little late from Liquid.
Yeah, with Shadow Shaman getting free from mid, and with his ult up now, of course.
Radiant's middle tower.
See, I completely agree with you. I think you hit it right on the head. This is a little late from Liquid.
So that's 3 towers down in the first 5 minutes. Wow, this is getting messy. Real messy, real quick. Up on the top lane, it now looks like Fly on the Shadow Shaman is actually coming in to have a go at this Tinker. And I really think Tinker's pretty much the only real hope that I can see coming out from Liquid, unless they got a trick up their sleeve.
Double damage.
Was quite a blunt rotation there from Shadow Shaman, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, when you have Axe and he tries to do his Axe creep skipping thing, the only way you're going to counter it is that it leaves him incredibly open to ganks. He's really gankable. He's sitting behind the tower, and he's very good in taking on heroes and man-moding very early on, but he can't do a lot against the lockdown ganks. And so,
are you seeing the smoke gang coming in here? Koifa gets shackled. Now that's a Viper ult on him, and he's down. Bulba's TP'd in to try and help out, but manages to avoid most of the March of the Machines damage with some nifty footwork. But this is pressure now on every single lane. Top 5 more than happy to just snowball, basically. I said this was going to be quick. As I said, top 5 are bottom of the league tables. Liquid are the very top. I thought it was going to be quick, but I thought it was going to be the other way around.
And Lycan's been getting jungle farm, so only has the Basilius up.
Oh no, but there we go. He's now got Morbid Mask and Bottle.
Interesting choice from Lycan.
And Axe looks like he's heading out to find Lycan, but Lycan's just moved on
Shadow Shaman
onto mid, and now pops his ult. Shadow Shaman has no chance of surviving this. Unless this is a... I was going to say, if that was a Dazzle TPing in, maybe there could be a quick Shadow Grave. Oh, but Axe comes in, Berserk is cool.
He has Blink.
Yep, that's what he did with his free farm. And a good choice too.
Absolutely.
But that's another kill for Liquid. I think the individual skill on Liquid and the ganking is proving much better. It's a response to this...
Bulba walks out with 20 health. I'm sorry, Bulba Fluff, sorry.
Way 2 picks up a Viper ult there. Oh, no, that wasn't a Viper ult, sorry, that was a Dazzle Poison.
Here's a question for you. If you're Axe, you get free farm in that lane, what do you get? Do you get Blink, Blade Mail, or if you are going to be the hard carry Axe, Radiance?
I would say Blink. I think it's kind of core on Axe, given that most of his potential kind of comes from Berserker's Call, but
Absolutely.
It's not even like if you were fast, you might be able to kind of chase people down and get Berserker's Call off. But what you ideally want to do is blink into a formation and get it off on multiple people. If you run into a formation and you've got Berserker's Call, they're just going to split up. So I think he made the right choice here. From here, I kind of like a Blade Mail again because I'm a big fan of.
Here's what I'm thinking. So Viper is going for mech, and Axe went for Blink, and okay, let's say he goes for Blade Mail next. Now, this is a very strong early game team because they're going to have the mech up, they're going to have the Axe to initiate and all that. But once these tier 1s have fallen, and maybe even the tier 2s, and we actually get to the point where Liquid does get to the farm, where is their damage going to come from? They don't really have any damage dealers if Viper goes for the tanky Viper build and Axe goes for the mobile Axe build. That's why I was thinking maybe the Radiance or something like that would be a way to address their lack of damage.
Yeah, I can certainly see that, but I mean Radiance falls off as well.
Sure.
So, oh, there we go, Blink initiation on Koifa. And a Culling Blade to finish it off. Fly also manages to get the Hex down on Way 2.
Should be dead.
There's the lift, there's the throw, and there's the Culling Blade. Fluff has come in though, doing a good job, almost takes out XXX. Bulba now on Fly. But gonna have to back out because there's just nothing stopping this Axe from doing whatever he wants. Berserker's Call is gonna interrupt the chase there. Fly gonna get away. Nice play coming out here from
Great play
top 5. But it looks like Axe might fall. He's trying to get in range of the Crystal Maiden.
Yep, he's gonna get it.
Oh, and there's still a chase going on. Lycan coming in to finish off the Shadow Shaman. Easy kill. Easy kill. I'm going to have a quick throw up on the XP graph. Yep, Liquid now leading the XP graph. This is a downside to the the continued kind of group ganking that top 5 are doing, they're not getting as much lane XP now as they were at the beginning. They haven't got any farm on bot lane since the tier 2 got down.
This is the time of the game now that Nyx has his ult and Lycan is ready to start, has moved out of the jungle and has his ult, that they can start really punishing top 5 for diving deep. I honestly think they could have punished them a lot earlier, but they look to be grouping up and saying, all right, we're not going to let them just, if they dive us behind towers, then we're going to group up and gank them and kill them. And they're starting to make it happen.
Absolutely right. Absolutely
I honestly think they could have done that though from the moment Axe tried to creep skip them on the bottom lane.
Yeah, and I think the downside that they do have to face, I think you're totally right about the potential advantages they have now. But they're also undeniably in the stage where if they do happen to lose one key team fight, they could well lose Rax. So in a sense, they didn't need to put themselves in that position. Even if they've got a good chance now, even if they are in some senses ahead now, they're in danger.
They've added a risk that they're going to have to keep track of for the whole game that they didn't need to take on.
Absolutely. I'm just doing
a quick...
Lycan
does now have his lads up, so he's ready to start split pushing pretty hard.
Just doing a quick tech check if people are wondering why the camera work might be a little sloppy for the next few seconds. There we go. I think... just had a quick look at my viewers as well. I think I might be losing viewers to Toby, which I can't in any way argue with. If I was watching this, I'd probably be watching Toby. But this is still such an honor to be casting this match. Liquid against top 5, and I mean it might not be a decisive match in terms of the tournament, but it's turning out to be really interesting.
Lycan's going. Where is Lycan? Oh, he's just in the jungle.
Lycan's looking to push mid. They're going to let that last tier 1 go. It was too low anyway, but
Dire's bottom tower is under siege.
Royce is going to have to be really careful here.
Push that tier 1. Oh, he is. I'm sorry.
Radiant's top tower
and I think top 5 were expecting there to be much higher presence from Liquid.
Have been fortified.
Backed out before the mid tier 1 was deniable there. So next push should be able to finish it off. Just gotta hope they haven't got a siege.
I love, by the way,
anytime soon.
The work that they put in. Ooh, Next Assassin takes out Axe.
Double damage rune on him. Viper
coming into this
coming in. I'm not sure that's wise, buddy. Oh, actually, Fluff very, very low would go down very quickly. That extra damage.
I really like. As top 5 was looking to take down this top tower, and Viper was sort of left alone to push it. Look how much work they put in to ensure that he couldn't be Nyx Vendetta again. Because he had 1, 2, and then as they were going for the final push, a third Sentry Ward to protect Viper. And I think that really, that was a great decision from top 5, because Viper getting ganked by Nyx could have been a big way for them to turn this around early.
Yeah, no, you're totally right. I mean, it's kind of the principle of whenever you hear somebody in the pub complaining about, oh no, but that's so expensive to constantly be buying wards and everything else, the simple justification for it is it's a lot more expensive to have your carry die or your supports get wiped, to have a team wipe, and also it gets you kills, which gets everybody more gold.
They are really relying on this Viper a lot because, I'm sorry,
he's the only damage
there, but Viper in the Roche pit.
Yep, absolutely. I also, we've also got a Silver Greevil up against a Golden Roche as the team's couriers. That's quite nice.
Lycan scouts out the Roche.
Dire's bottom tower is being attacked.
They know, but top 5 also know that they've been spotted out, and there's no way that Liquid are going to be able to get in there in time to contest.
Dire's bottom tower is under siege.
And that's going to be big. It looks like Liquid are even going to fail to get the tier 1 down on top at the same time.
Yep.
Dire's middle tower has been denied.
And Dazzle denies mid.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They're not rotating to this top tier 1 though, so looks like top 5 willing to let it go.
Oh, here it comes. No, they can't get there in time. They did have TPs.
Dire's top tower is being attacked.
Viper didn't, I suppose. It would have been suicide. There we go. Top goes down. Bot tower is inches away from being deniable.
For bottom tower, did you say? I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yes, bottom tier 1 for top 5. Again, nicely left at 156. Fly coming in here. Gonna have a go at these Visage Familiars. More sentry wards coming out from this Dazzle. I mean, he's only got a wand,
Rubik's
a
gonna
TP.
go for this deny.
And gets it. GPM from Axe, nothing they can do. Fluff pops his ult to chase off Axe. Almost gets a kill. But really needs to back out now as Viper's coming in. Battle Hunger to interrupt the TP and an easy kill. I think that was a little bit greedy there. Blink Dagger now on Tinker. But he, you know, I was saying it a lot yesterday. It's he's a snowball hero. He needs to get great early farm, and then if everything goes well, he's unstoppable, kind of, in the late game.
He actually did get.
Oh, beautiful blink! Blink Berserker's cool under the sentry ward, but because it is just a sentry ward, Bulba can just walk away. Oh, of course, but Vendetta has been popped. So no invis for Nyx. Way too chucking in some rockets, but it's too little, too late. Looks like Liquid may even be heading towards their second loss in the tournament.
I'm not so sure. I think actually Liquid. I would rather be in Liquid's position right now than top 5s. Look at the gold graph.
Oh, gold graph pulling back, very, very true, and the XP graph has been in Liquid's favor for a long time. They're just having great difficulty actually shutting down these charges. I mean,
Tinker,
gold and everything else aside, and Tinker admittedly just coming online. Looks like the tide is changing a bit, but all top 5 need to do is just win a couple of fights now. Good initiation here on TC on the Lycan. If they can get that kill, that's huge, but they're not going to. No support coming in for Shadow Shaman. He's going to need more than that, Dazzle. Yep, there we go. That. I think they were possibly just trying to bait out Shallow Grave there.
I'm actually again glad that we see this game differently, because I actually think that Liquid is.
No.
It's going to be very difficult for them to lose this game.
You're right. I'm watching this and it's slipping past top 5. It was a bold strategy. It was all early game focus. I mean, but there are things that are surprising me. The way they could win this is grouping up, pushing down mid, and damn it, Viper's still got an Aegis. That's going to expire in not too long, and expire for no gain. It seems like XXX getting absolutely nuked down on the bot lane. But here we go, Fly coming in. He pops wards, gets a nice kill on Bulba, and then saves the shackle for Fluff.
Great play from Fly.
Absolutely amazing Shadow Shamaning there. Also, he's rocking a gem. Big Radiant push going on top though. We've got Lycan, we've got Tinker coming in. I want to say it's unlikely there'll be much that can be done here.
Top tower is under siege.
Oh, whatever, taking a lot of harass there. And it looks like Rubik's TPing in.
Not quite
There's
deniable.
no support for him though.
3 health away.
Ooh, so close.
Oh, but the familiar goes for it.
That was a mistake, I think. Possibly a misclick. Didn't realize how close it was to deny range.
Yeah.
And just thought, well, this familiar is going to die anyway. Or it could even be he had it set on an attack move and just hadn't cancelled it, so when it came out of stone form, it resumed the attack. But an error there, either way. It's actually going to cost him a fair bit of gold.
Absolutely. I think, though, I actually really think you made a great point when you talked about Tinker being a snowball hero and how he needs early farm. And though it was a very quiet lane top and he didn't get kills, he got great farm. His travels came out really early and a very early blink, and he already has the ultimate orb up. Tinker is going to dominate this game.
Yeah,
they put a lot of focus into taking Lycan out, but Lycan can find farm. You know, he can move to the jungle. He can farm lanes very, very fast once he does get a chance. Tinker was the one that they really needed to shut down, and they gave him a solo.
Yeah. I mean, I was under the impression that Tinker got much worse farm. He had died a couple of times. Viper hadn't at that stage in the game. Still hasn't, actually. And I thought he'd shut down more. I think maybe when I looked at him, I saw his boots of travel, and I thought they were just regular brown boots or something. Because he's looking to rock out now.
Of course, it could be deceptive, because if he has brown boots, you know, and he has 1,800 gold in the bank, even if for the other team, they can look at him and say, "Oh, he still has brown boots. Oh, whatever. He's not a threat."
That's true.
Lycan using his wolves to scout with this Nyx. through the enemy jungle, but no one's gonna be there.
Stout shield sitting there from someone. Good to know.
Smoke up.
And it looks like, I've been saying they need to do it, top 5 finally
Yep.
looking to get a bit of a push in, and actually all 5 are here but 2 are smoked. I really like that play.
But Viper lost the Aegis.
Yeah, they needed to do this earlier. They needed
Radiant's
to do this
middle
much
tower is
earlier.
being attacked.
Viper dies and Liquid win. That's
Another defensive sentry ward.
kind of where we are right now. Axe and Fly just begging it. They're gonna get Coifer, I think. Yep, there it is. Oh, but Axe not quick enough. Blink Dagger cancelled by March of the Machines, not able to get in and get
Radiant's
Berserker's
middle
Call off.
tower
And
is
that
under
was
attack.
a mistake. I think
Dyer's
Axe should
Wards in a
have been the
place
one
where
to
they
go
can't
in
hit any
first.
tower.
Radiant structures
Axe should have gone in
have
long
been
before when he did.
fortified.
Started everything off with
Radiant's
Berserker's
middle
Call, and that would have been a
tower is being
dead.
attacked.
That would
Dyer's
easily have
bottom
been a dead
tower is under
Coifer.
siege.
They're gonna lose tier 2 mid, but
Radiant's middle
top
tower is under
tier 3 is
attack.
under a lot of trouble.
Yep.
Dyer's
And
top
Lycan,
tower
yep,
is
Lycan's
under
picked up
attack.
Necro Book,
Dyer has
so his minions
fortified
getting
its structures.
additional everything. Oh, and a beautiful
Ooh,
gank here on
Viper
Viper who
just-
just
what was-
melts.
Dyer's top tower is being
He
attacked.
just TP'd right in between of everybody.
Dyer's
That
top
was an
tower has
amazing
fallen.
play. I actually really like the way
I'm not-
Liquid have done this. It's just, yeah, the strategy for dealing with that Axe is, yeah, well, whatever.
Dyer's
Take it.
top barracks has
Gem.
fallen.
Picked up by Lycan just
Lycan
before he's
got,
hexed.
got Viper's gem.
Fly looking to make plays. He's got the shackle out, but I'm not sure what he's
Mid-
planning on
mid-
here. Oh, but there's a mech and his team are here in time. They're gonna get Bulba, looks like. Viper eating
And
a
Rubik stole
stun.
like an ult. He's
Oh, cute little baby
Dyer's
Lycan.
top barracks has been
and
destroyed.
he was attack right the Lycan attack animation with a ranged Rubik bolt.
Oh, that's genius. And Lycan managing to get his Necro Book up to level 3 as well.
Yep.
This game,
So he can use that to D-ward.
this is unorthodox Dota, I gotta
Dyer's
say, and I
middle
really like
tower
it.
is under
It
siege.
tests you to be able to see how this is gonna play out.
I honestly think that if top 5 needed a carry that was a damage dealer and not a tank, and if they were going to aggro tri lane, it was the Axe, because if you put Axe in the tri lane, you basically have a hero that is going to fall off 20 minutes into the game and really no longer be a factor, which is fine. It's okay to have an early game carry, but then you need
Yeah.
someone in the solo safe lane, like a lone druid or someone who can be a real hard carry and a source of damage.
Yeah.
And I think Axe should have gone Radiance, because if they were going to go early damage and they were going to give him free farm,
Yeah.
they didn't have Viper can't do enough damage early on. Though you do actually point out that Radiance falls off.
I
You
might
need someone who
say
can
Mjolnir or
do
something.
damage in the early game.
I might have said Mjolnir. or
Mjolnir
something,
wouldn't be
but
bad.
yeah, I can see your point about
yeah, I could see Mjolnir working as well.
about the damage item. He's gone Blade Mail. He's done the build that I was originally advocating, but you're right. You need a damage item. I mean, I think the other thing, it's okay. You can play certain supports in other positions. I'm not arguing this. I've said this 100 times. They've played Shadow Shaman mid here, so he's not going hard support. But they've picked 3 essential hard supports in Rubik, Dazzle, and Shadow Shaman. Not saying they can only be played in those positions, but let's be realistic.
Blinking by Fly.
Fluff
Fluff
gonna
tries
get
to force
away,
back
and
away.
that's the Shadow Shaman ult wasted, and Shadow Shaman
Trapped by
actually is
his own-
trapped and
he's
unable
trapped.
to give chase. So is Axe. That's so sad.
Oh,
So
is Axe
sad.
in there too? Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't even see him.
Axe is in there too.
Oh wow.
That's terrible. But yeah, they've played Shadow Shaman mid, and they're kind of imagining that means he can be a semi-carry. It doesn't. It means that maybe he can be a position 4, initiate kind of thing, / push, but they're still looking at 2 hard 5s, a 4, Viper who's
Right.
a 2, and Axe who's a 3. You're right, they don't have a hard carry, and they've got too many supports.
And if you're gonna put Axe in the tri lane, which again is unconventional but can work with 2 true supports, okay, that's fine. Why put a Shadow Shaman mid? Why grab
Yeah.
another support for that mid lane?
Yep. Why even try it? Why not just go for something conventional? Even if you're thinking you can do some fancy Shadow Shaman plays. There's just an essential over-supportiness about this team. Even with Viper picking up the mech as well. I mean, I know
I
Viper's a
think
great
Viper should
mech
pick up the
sniper.
mech. I'd have no problem with that.
But-
But then send Viper mid and put like a lone druid in the safe lane.
Okay, yeah, I just mean on
Dyer's
this
barrier
team, I
has
agree.
been
I've been
calibrated.
Sure,
recently
sure,
convinced
yeah,
to Viper mech, but as you said, he's their only damage dealer. They've got 3 hard supports. Viper's going to get focused, he's going to be stunned, he's going to be Berserker School, and they're not going to get a mech.
Yep.
This is madness. This is not Sparta.
As soon as they went for the axe on the tri lane, I said, okay, axe on the tri lane, it's going to work, but then what?
Yep. I mean, I do think they could have won this game.
Ooh, blink away stun from axe. Very well played.
That was very well played. They just needed to do different things earlier. They totally wasted that Aegis. I actually think they could have won this game with some kind of strategy where the entire point was you take tier 1, you take tier 2. Oh,
the wolves just eat through Shadow Shaman.
Dire's middle tower is under siege.
Yeah, and I mean, especially this squishier team, it can't stand up against Lycan. I mean, Axe can, or could.
Dominating.
But,
and those units, those summons move so fast with Howl.
Yeah. I mean, I really think that the only way that, and this would have been a real chance of victory, Top 5 could have won this, is really dominate the early game like they did, get the tier 1, tier 2 down, and then rather than looking to kind of finish off all the tier 1s and then move on to the tier 2s, they needed to be thinking about rushing bot lane and getting racked. Because then they would get that kind of edge that they needed to run up against a team with much more carries. And yeah, good game. It's a pleasure, David. You're going to be coming in for the next one?
Should be, absolutely.
Should be, awesome. Well, anybody on the stream, I'm going to keep it running. I'll go to the be right back screen. I'll jump in the lobby and I'll keep you updated. We'll be in very shortly.
Sounds great.
Oh, here we go. What's going on right now then? I'm going to have a quick look in the Twitch chat, see if there's any fancy messages. Lobby is up, just to give people a little bit of an update. We are just waiting on people to join up, everything to be made ready. How are we currently standing? We got seven of the players in, waiting for the last 3. We got admins, we got casters, we got my computer suddenly deciding that now is the time to be weird, which is just wonderful, of course. Okay, just waiting on one final player now, and there it is, Liquid's in. davidy hasn't actually been able to get in. He's been having some computer issues, as has been noted. I'm just gonna copy the password to him. I doubt it's just that he's forgotten the password or anything, but just in case. There he is. There he is. He's in the lobby as well. Join up, baby. There we go. Yeah, Toby1 making the same point that has been made before. You really can't tell who is who on the top 5 team, which just isn't. It's not good for them. I'm just confused by the choice. You know, surely you're proud of your team and your name, and I'm certainly proud of Grumble, dude. Was proud when everyone thought it was stupid 12, 13 years ago. Loved it. I just don't understand. And they're going to be cast. Perhaps they're thinking that they're running up against Liquid, and maybe it's just a bit scary. But very strange choice. Very, very strange choice. Calls to go. All teams are in. Looks like we've got all the casters. Not sure if we're waiting on anything. Yep, apparently we're waiting on Oh no, we're not. We're going. Good job. Getting my little tooltip up, and for anybody interested in today's tooltip, neutral creeps spawn at the 30-second mark and then at every minute mark thereafter. Thanks, Doto. Thanks. Good to know.
Hello?
Hey, Davidy, how you doing? Since I last spoke
I'm
to you a
doing
minute
alright.
ago.
I've changed a lot, Grumble. I'm a new man.
Had that epiphany. It's been brewing.
Yep.
Waiting on Fluff, last person into the lobby, and now last person into the game. Oh, Fluff. Oh, Fluff.
I'm gonna turn my mic volume up a little bit. I think that was causing the problems earlier, so if I'm too loud, I'll fix it.
No problem. I can always turn down my my voice volume in Dota. Yay! And Fluff is in. All right, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are off.
Bam.
Let me
How do
get
I sound?
The Dota up. You sound absolutely fine. I'm just making sure that I haven't had the microphone reset, as has been happening all the time for no reason. And we're good. We're good. Do you think we're going to see a crazy, mad, what on earth was that game like we just saw, or do you think we're going to see something a little bit more
10
regular?
seconds to go.
Oh,
5
Davidy.
seconds.
It seems like the drafts don't like your voice or something. If you're
Reserve
talking, I think we might
time.
have run into the same problem we did before. I'll let you know if I hear anything. I'm going to assume you can hear me like last time. And I'll throw this out then. Liquid banning out the Lycan. I think they are expecting the top 5 are going to want to pick up on that, given that damage dealers were most of what they haven't. I think I just heard a mouse there, Davidy.
How about now?
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
All right.
So yeah, what do you think? Is this going to be crazy, or is this going to be a little bit more what we were expecting?
I think it'll be relatively conventional, relatively referring to the last game. I don't know top 5 well enough to know if they just like to have, if they're how much they're sort of YOLO in their strategic. Normally, if that was the thing for them. Honestly, I do want to say though, I don't want the moral that I think people take away from that game to be, oh, don't put Axe in the aggro tri lane and take the towers early because it doesn't work, because that is not the moral that you should take from that, because it did work, and if had the team been built around that happening, it could have worked excellently.
It was
they just
after that they
didn't
had
have a team that could capitalize on that successful effort by Axe in the aggressive tri lane.
I mean, thinking about it, if they'd had a really heavy carry somewhere else, and then once they'd got that last tier 2 down, they've then got 3 basically spare heroes who can either be getting their own farm in the jungle or in that bot lane when it pushes out again a bit, but also talk about getting kills for your farm carry. You know, you've got 3 heroes who can TP in any time without worrying about their own lane equilibrium. So yeah, I totally agree. And about top 5, from my experience with them, which isn't hugely extensive, I don't know how they normally play, but I've been seeing them going up against teams which generally tend to be higher ranked, and they've been doing creative things. It doesn't always work. Creative things often don't. But I certainly give them a big shout out for that. It was
sure. But let me put it like this. Let's say that they had put Viper mid, they had taken Doom and put him solo in the safe lane, and Axe had picked up Radiance. I think they absolutely would have won that game.
you keep going back to the Radiance.
And put Shadow Shaman in the tri lane instead of the Rubik. They would have won the game. I don't think it would have been close.
Yeah, I think you're right, given that the start that they had, and the fact that even after that tier 2 went down, they still had the edge in ganks for quite a long time before Liquid began to catch up on levels in gold.
Viper could have dominated the Nyx mid. The Doom would have gotten great farm, could have gone Midas and like AC or something like that. And then Access actually dealing damage. They could have won that game in 25 minutes.
Absolutely right. Just don't pick 3 supports. No matter where. It doesn't matter if you're planning on having one of them be semi-carry or one of them mid or anything else like that.
Right.
Just don't pick 3 of them. If you're going to have a very supporty mid like Shadow Shaman, then have a jungler or just something so that you've got somebody else with a bit of carry. Don't pick another.
Or have one of your hard carries be a genuine carry. Axe and Viper, great heroes.
Yeah.
They're not hard carries. That's not what they're there to do.
Very true. So looking at this game, it does look
Early
like
from top 5. A little bit more conventional opening, shall we say?
Yeah, I think so. We had the push taken out immediately by both teams with the Lycan and the Nature's Prophet. We've got the high mobility Batrider. We've been seeing him taken out a lot. People don't like what he can do to mess with their strategies. Liquid opting to take out the Ember. They banned him last time. I think at this stage, I think that might be a case of they're not ready yet to play their best game with Captain Mode's latest and very, very effective hero. You know, they want to play this like it's just pre-Ember Spirit being introduced into Captain Mode. So they're going to be careful to ban him out, I think, until they've got clear strategies that they like to do. And Invoker mid for top 5 is great, but Doom! Love it. Absolutely love it.
Also very solid against Invoker, of course. Yep. Big silence. A lot of damage, tanky against magic.
And I think that Chilling Touch on Ancient Apparition, if he applies that to Doom, that is going to be absolutely devastating. You know, with Doom, you need to kind of rely on a bit of lockdown or high movement speed from Doom anyway. He's already got a rubbish attack speed. Minus 15 is nothing. But, you know, an extra 50 damage on Doom. Dangerous stuff, particularly if he manages to pick up a wolf. I'm seeing great right-click damage combos coming out from that. Wow.
Do you think we'll see a Midas from Team Liquid, considering the two openers?
I think it's very, very possible.
10 seconds to go.
You know, Ancient Apparition being actually being a hero that scales,
5
a support hero who's skill-based, but who still manages to scale into the late game because of how his ult works.
Reserve time.
Yeah, we could. I think it depends. If top 5 pick heavy carries, then definitely we'll see Doom go on Midas. If they go for a slightly softer lineup like last time, hopefully not as soft as last time, then Doom might play around a little bit more. He might decide to go for a ganky Doom with drums and phase boots or something.
And I'll take my turn to say I really like this Rubik pickup. In this case, I think this Rubik pickup is awesome.
Oh yes.
Against these are the two heroes. I don't know about anyone in the game. Maybe a Bane would be also high on that list, but these are two heroes that Rubik is just really, really good against.
A Tide Hunter, possibly. But yeah, I mean, you got to think
Tide
of the
Hunter,
really game-changing ults. Even, interestingly, random bit of trivia that I doubt will be relevant to this game, not that great against Faceless Void. Because Faceless Void can travel in any chronosphere. So, careful with that, kids.
10
also very fun for random ability draft. Because if you get Faceless Void and somebody else picks up Chronosphere, you can walk in their Chronosphere. It's just not a problem.
One of the reasons, even though I like the idea, I just don't play random ability draft anymore. Too much weird nuggets to keep track of.
I'm gonna find some way to make you owe me one, and then we're gonna have a random ability draft game.
Alright, it's a deal. It's a deal. Alright, I'll play with you if it's on your stream.
Yeah, of course.
We know.
Of course. Clockwork and Visage bans. I mean, yeah, very, very good. Top 5, I think, more afraid of the potential strong initiation from Clockwork and then the damage coming in from Doom and AA. Obviously, the AA Clockwork combo working great because Cold Feet will always work. Visage.
Crystal Maiden.
Well, Doom can be quite mana hungry. No,
not a bad ban. I just don't think they would go Ancient Apparition and Crystal Maiden. That'd be a very squishy support duo, which is not how Liquid typically likes to do it. They typically like to have, you know, squishy support like Ancient Apparition is fine, but they don't typically like to run two squishy, very laning focused supports.
Yeah. You know what I would really like to see Liquid pick up? Vengeful Spirit. I'm not saying it's necessarily the best pull, but they've got an amazing damage strat going on here with Doom, with AA, chuck a Vengeance on that, and that would be. I mean,
the problem is that
awesome.
Doom is not really. He right clicks fine, but he's not really a true right click master. I mean, if they had gone for like a PA or something, then.
I disagree.
Then I would definitely agree with you.
I would disagree. I mean, he's not the best in the game, perhaps. Like PA, okay, 300% crit as a passive. Okay, yeah, okay. But if you build Doom to right click, then you pick up the Wolf Order, and you keep it the whole game. And that instantly gives him the passive abilities which you need on a hard carry. Now chuck in an AA and a Vengeful Spirit, that's exactly what you need. And then when he goes up against a PA, he'll outcarry them because he'll Doom them. And Doom, of course, takes off passives as well as actives. Silence.
Perhaps I should rephrase and say, Doom needs items. He needs attack speed items to sort of fill that role. In lane, he's not a early right click threat until he gets an AC or Mjolnir for him to be a true physical damage hard carry.
5
Again, in the interest of just being fun, I gotta tend to disagree. He can pick
Okay.
up. He can
I'll
pick up
take
the
it.
Wolf Aura at any time. And I've found in recent games playing Doom, okay, up against Lifesteal, he maybe is going to struggle now, and that's what Top 5 have just picked up. But he's certainly got enough right click to take off whole chunks of Rubik's health bar. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. And I'm actually thinking I want to do a whole load of Doom practices and work out some interesting builds for him. I don't know why. I'm in a Doom mood right now.
Sounds good.
TA running up against Invoker. That's interesting. I can see it both ways. It depends how Invoker builds, but I can see Invoker countering TA quite well, and TA is quite hard to counter. But if you go for kind of a split build and get Forged Spirits and Cold Snap, then Refraction is nothing, and TA is squishy. But of course, Invoker being very squishy and TA being very high damage, so we'll have to see. And then Enchantress in the jungle. Looks like we are going to get a little bit of summons oriented push. What do you think of that?
10
I mean,
seconds
Templar
to
Assassin
go.
is I think probably,
5
if not
seconds.
the encounter to Invoker, I would think of her as one of the best laners against him.
Radiance band.
Yeah.
At least that's how I typically think of it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm interested to watch this matchup. It's not lane versus lane I've seen that many times. I can see it being deadly for both. I mean, if
10
I'm sorry.
seconds to
Hold
go.
on one second. I'm having an audio problem. I'll be right back.
okay, no problem.
5 seconds.
So having a quick look at the bans that have come out now, Centaur Warrunner being banned from Liquid, that would be I think a very good pickup
Reserve time.
for them. It would give them a great deal
10
of extra stun.
seconds to
It
go.
would be an amazing Nakes Bomb, especially with Stampede.
5
What that would mean
seconds.
is Lifestealer could really infest anybody on the team, and Stampede, of course, being a global
Dyer's
movement
pin.
speed buff, would mean that everybody could be the delivery package for the Nakes Bomb. So I think an excellent ban out there from them, and it would have fitted what Top 5 needed. Top 5 choosing to ban the Storm Spirit, which I find slightly odd. Liquid here really need to pick up a unless they're planning on something.
10
it's
seconds
strange.
to go.
I think Storm Spirit needs a mid. That's basically why I'm saying that. Part of the reason for that is he's just got such good rune control.
Radiance pick.
Once he hits his ult, he can just zip over there, guarantee himself the rune, and then regen the mana using a bottle. And Liquid, as I say, more predictably picking up a Darkseer for the offlane. Now, I of course could always be missing something. Perhaps Liquid have been doing a whole load of games recently where they played a Storm Spirit offlane. I have seen it occasionally recently in the pro scene, but it hasn't really worked.
10
It certainly wouldn't
seconds
have been my
to
ban. And TA as well, being someone who I think really
5
benefits from the mid position.
seconds.
Darkseer is actually going to be able to do a great job of shutting down Lifestealer. He's you can basically leave him alone in the lane, but with his orbs, with Surge to get away from any trouble, which will be great against open wounds should Lifestealer manage to get that off on him. He's going to be able to keep that lane pushed. Lifestealer is going to be taking constant damage to offset the life he's healing. And then a Bristleback picked up from Top 5, which is a very, very good off lane for them. But I don't think it's going to be enough to shut down Doom.
Can you hear me, Grumble?
I can hear you. I was going to say I can hear
Awesome.
some whispers coming through. Oh dear, looks like we've got a DC coming out. Let's just quickly check the chat. Yep, Bulba DC'd.
Nothing yet.
No call yet as to what will happen. The rest of the Liquid team seem to be happy to pick up their heroes though.
Hopefully
10
we'll just have a quick pause.
seconds to go.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. I gotta say,
while we're
Seconds.
oh yeah,
go ahead. Please, go ahead.
I was just gonna say a quick kind of side point. The pro teams I do seem to notice are very, very good at telling you how long the wait is going to be. As in, if it's going to be a big long pause or like they need to switch computers or something, they get that very quickly and they get it done. And they tell you. You don't need to sit around waiting for ages wondering what will happen. If it's a long wait, you'll know. So yeah, as you say, that was pretty much guaranteed to be Bulba straight back in, and there he is.
Yep.
Yeah,
But
you were going to say something. Sorry.
No, go ahead, please. Just not to belabor the point, but Invoker has a 52% win rate in Pro Dota right now. But against when Templar Assassin is on the other team, he has a 35% win rate.
You didn't have audio difficulties at all. You were just looking for stats to prove me wrong, which I can respect. I like being proved wrong.
My audio difficulties were the fact that my sound while Alt-Tab wasn't working, and I needed to fix that.
Oh, right, I see. And you were Alt-Tabbed so that you could look this up. Of course, it
Right.
makes sense. All right. I'll just quickly introduce Liquid and pass you over for top 5. We got
Sounds
Koifer. Makes sense, of course, taking the off lane with Darkseer. Seen him do messy things with the Nature's Prophet, of course. Darkseer also one of his core heroes, and he was Tinker last time. Bulba taking the TA mid. Just gonna have a quick look. Nope, no cosmetic items there, which makes me sad. Way2 taking the Nyx Assassin. Oh, hold up, hold the phone. Hold the phone, davidy. I really like that shell. Shell of the Hidden Hive.
I do
Eyes
like
all
that
over.
shell. That's nice with the eyes.
Yeah.
Ooh, and it's so good.
Really
It makes sense
scary.
with Nyx Assassin, and ooh, I like it a lot.
Fluff there.
I bet terrible graphics right now, and I still like it.
Fluff there on the AA, getting a nice board up. TA is gonna love that. Bobble will be so happy. And TC on the Doom. And actually,
I
just
have that
quickly
helmet.
before I pass over to Davey, I'm gonna have another look at
Well,
the Doom.
Hope you like blood
Yep, I like the sword. I like the hat. I would really like that hat. But yeah, cool. You want to introduce top 5?
Absolutely. For top 5, we have the stand-in XXX on the Bristleback. Going mid, we have Fly on the Invoker. Probably now going to dominate against that TA.
Right.
We have, I believe that is Man something in Mandarin on Rubik. We have,
Yes, right.
I don't know, any of those characters on the Lifestealer. And then whatever, just doing whatever over in the jungle.
I thought that was going to be another difficult to pronounce name, but no, he's actually called whatever. Okay, good job. And it's a defensive tri-lane from both teams, so this is going to be much more traditional. Which is good, I think. I like the crazy games, but I also like just watching a good old-fashioned scrim.
It'd be interesting to see how this Lifestealer does against this Darkseer. I typically think of Lifestealer as a carry, for a melee carry, does relatively well against Darkseer, because he has the life stealing and kind of just man mode the Ion Shell creeps to knock it down. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure how effective Koifa's going to be here, but so far so good.
I mean, I was mentioning this while you were out. It's with Lifestealer, he's got the Lifesteal to offset the damage, but it is always an extra source of damage. It does make Lifestealer a little bit more gankable, and also a lot of solo offlaners really struggle against Lifestealer. And Darkseer is going to be able to secure himself a fair bit of last hits and XP, whereas Bristleback, given the fact that the
Lifestealer using the Rage to clear the Ion Shell creep quickly.
Oh,
Sorry.
That's actually that's something I hadn't thought of. That's a clever strat right there.
Yeah, I like that.
But I don't think XXX is going to be able to get much up on this top lane. I'm really doubting it, to be honest. He's doing the smart thing here and just trying to soak up some jungle XP. Oh no, he's heading to mid. Hanging out the haste rune.
There's not that much lockdown in this lane. I think you could try to be, he could be right here, right now, trying to soak up some XP.
Yeah, I mean, with the haste rune, I think there's enough lockdown, personally. We're disagreeing a lot, it's awesome.
I like it.
I think there's enough lockdown given the potential damage output.
That's true, especially with AA, but Fluff already very low.
Yep, and if he ever tries to do anything, he will get
deep.
Nyx stunned. Yep, there it is.
Too deep.
Doom also has picked up the,
but
the
it
net.
gets at least a return go.
Yeah, and takes the first blood gold, and that's good, but, a support for the offlaner? Not good. Bristle's now got even more time when he's not going to get anything, and Doom's going to have a little bit longer free fun.
So, how many minuses do you think we're going to see this game, Grumble?
Let me have a quick look-see. Okay, without looking at the items of people right now and trying to... Okay, it could be up to... It could be up to 6.
Yeah, I see 6. I agree. I see 6
Invoker,
potential
Lifestealer,
carriers.
Enchantress, Doom, TA, and
Darkseer,
AA.
Doom.
Yep.
I don't think TA is... I wouldn't guess TA could go, but AA could.
AA definitely could. You reckon
we both
Darkseer
agree
might?
6. Yeah.
I reckon it'll be...
Darkseer sometimes does.
I reckon it'll probably be Doom. I'm thinking will, given that they're running up against that Lifestealer. Lifestealer, I'm 50-50 on. Enchantress, quite possible. I'm thinking we'll probably see maybe 3 or 4.
I think we're going to see one, just a Lifestealer. That's my guess.
Really? You don't think Doom will pick one up? Are you looking at items?
I don't think he will. Could be wrong.
Are
No.
Are you being cheeky? It doesn't look like Doom is. Might be headed into. Well, Vlad's might even work. He shouldn't be the one to pick it up, but they do have two
Doom
melees
does
up
get
on that
Vlad
lane.
pretty frequently. I assume he's going to work on Basilius relatively early.
He's got Bazzy up already.
Oh, there you go.
Getting them devours off. That devour. Oh, Koifer doing a great job. He just skips the creep wave, gets his farm that way.
Absolutely.
Lifestealer will be fine, although he's actually on about half health. And forced to salve.
And there's that Mighty's recipe in his stash.
Oh, yep.
Should have it before 6 minutes. If he does a good job. See his lane creeps. Maybe 7.
I really think TC would benefit from one as well. What's your logic for not?
The fact that he didn't get the kill on Bristleback. Or no, did he get the kill on Bristleback?
He did.
He did get the kill on Bristleback. Okay. Well, then maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he will then. I take it back. He will go for Midas.
He's got 1,000 gold in the bank. But I mean, I think he should anyway. Doom can get it. You know, normally if you're rushing a Midas, you would want to get it before maybe some of the items he's currently got. But with Doom, you got Devour. You're one of the safest, I would have said, carriers. And lots of action going on top that we haven't actually been talking about. We've got Enchantress rotating up here using a tornado to just get some harass in under the tower. Lots and lots of rotations. Rubik also looking to jump out. I'm not sure if they know Rubik is there.
I think Rubik needs to be on this bottom lane. They don't want Darkseer to get free farm and creep skip the Lifestealer.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why and they seem to be zoning him out pretty effectively actually. I like their setup against the Darkseer.
Okay, Midas coming out on to Lifestealer as we speak. I just want to point out as well, Darkseer 1,200 gold in the bank.
Well, it looks like I'm going to be wrong yet again.
I'm kind of glad, to be honest. You were quite significantly right about a couple of things recently. I need to keep my ego up with something.
I've been on a streak. Glad to see me put back in my place.
And actually, let's have a quick look at the
We all
last
have our
hits.
moments.
Let's have a quick look at the last hits. We haven't really been paying attention. TA winning out mid, as you were right about. Yeah. Invoker only with 16 last hits. TA is sitting on more than double that at 38. Darkseer though with the most last hits in the game. His counterpart Bristleback also on less than half, and a gank attempt on Invoker with AA. They have dust.
Oh, they have the dust.
There it is. Beautiful, beautiful job. And actually, that's another ridiculous combo. The refraction plus meld on TA, in addition to what's a chilling touch. I shudder to think how much damage that is. I'm not going to try and calculate it right now because there's things going on.
If Doom is
Gank
going
on
for
top.
Midas,
Doom,
comes
Bristleback.
out. He should be fine.
Well, no, I think Way2 has Way2 has another stun. Oh no, but there's the EMP. Way2 no longer has another stun, and TC actually needs to back up quickly
now
with Cold
Doom's
Snap.
in a lot of trouble here. One more.
I'm kind of surprised that Way2 didn't come in there at least to try and block. Would have thought there was a chance he could have saved the carry, but maybe not. I call him the carry. Koifer doing a great job of that down on the bot lane. Although now with 2,000 gold in the bank, so perhaps he's just waiting to buy the whole Midas at once.
Yeah.
Nope, he's got more than enough for the Midas. There it is.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, if with TA should now definitely not go Midas. Oh, she is going Midas.
Oh my god, TA is also going Midas.
This is risky. I was about to say she should definitely not. She should go for a fast Desolator. They need someone to be providing early damage to cover this, but she's going for the Midas.
Fluff is farming the jungle. Is Fluff going Midas?
Fluff's gonna go Midas.
Are there going to be 4 Midases on Liquid and they're just going to take this super late?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
It's gonna happen. Yep.
I mean, Lifestealer got his off first, but
You're really losing
is that going to be enough?
I can
Enchantress
just already
using
hear the
her,
gold chiming all around the map.
Oh, this is going to be mad.
Tower is being attacked.
Not
But
much
you
roaming
see,
and ganking
without-
from...
Dire has fortified its
Well,
structures.
like TA is not dealing enough damage to Roman Gank now because she went for the Midas instead of picking up a piece of the Desolator. So this tower's gonna fall.
Oh no, the tower will definitely fall. I'm just surprised there haven't been any gank attempts from
Dire's
Invoker or
top
TA.
tower has fallen.
As I said, I think Lifestealer more vulnerable than
Well,
usual.
Invoker did go top.
Went up against the Darkseer. Fluff. Not sure what he's doing. Gotta say. Oh, are they gonna try for something now? There's Cold Feet. Oh, but the Infest.
But invest.
And it's in a dire creep. With Invoker flies down here now as well. Liquid in real trouble.
I don't know about that decision.
Yeah, that was bold. After the
Fluff.
Infest, there was just obviously going to be a TP in.
Yeah,
I think Koifa might be okay.
should be all right. Gonna try for a
Oh,
tornado, I
Invoker's
think.
coming in though,
But
taking a
got
lot of
another
damage.
time for it.
And there's TA. The trap gets popped. Invoker's slowed. Bob will be looking for that
No,
one
that's not TA.
massive. Ah, no detection. Quas Wex.
Alright, so everyone but Nyx looks to be going Midas. Although Fluff could still not be going too. It's hard to say.
This is a game of Midas. I think we have to say. Let's have a quick look at the inventories
There are a lot
on
of people out there who obviously used to really not like the Midas gaming back when that was, you know, the dominant sort of just narrative in the media. But I actually don't mind Midas gaming. It doesn't bother me. I don't really understand what other people are upset about it. I think it's
you like
a very important question, but I kind of think it's fun.
You like late game. Doom not going for a Midas. He's just going to rely on Devour, picking up drums. Now looks to be getting his Blades of Attack up and possibly waiting for the gold to
So
finish
they're-
off Magic Wand. And a big
TA
radiant push on
is going
Dire.
to farm for late, and Doom's going to build all the early game items. Interesting. I would have had it the other way around, but that could certainly work.
I only mention it as a conversation
Well,
starter.
Doom,
How are you doing
sorry,
otherwise?
TA and Darkseer and AA are going to build late
Dire's
game.
bottom tower has been destroyed.
But yeah, as between
AA's ult is up. Has just got a 6.
Liquid got a bit of a push going on mid.
So definitely paying for all these early Midases. They're
By
going
the
to
way-
have to make them pay off.
We were having a word about target priority before for towers. I'm pretty sure it is different for siege creeps. Because you were saying it's just the person that's closest to the tower, and I think that is true unless there's something attacking it normally, in which case it will attack the thing that's attacking it. That's why
Right,
when your
absolutely.
creep wave moves up, and the creep waves start fighting when before they were attacking the tower, if you keep attacking the tower, it'll suddenly switch to you.
Right.
But if you look at what happens
I
when a
completely
siege
agree.
creep comes up, even when the siege creep is the only thing attacking it, it'll still
Dire's
finish
middle
off
tower
the
is being attacked.
regular creeps before shooting
Radiant's
anything at
top
the.
tower is under
We'll see it here on
siege.
top lane.
Right.
Okay, the ranged creeps are being kind of annoying, but they're
No, but
ruining
I
my
know what you
point
mean,
here.
and you're right. Yes. No, you're absolutely right. Siege creeps are an exception to that rule.
Just a minor point that
Dire's
had been
middle
on my
tower
mind
is
since
under
yesterday, and
siege.
I got to say, top 5 doing a great job using the Enchantress creeps.
AO
And,
flying mid.
oh, but here we go, Doom down on Invoker, so
Here you go.
no nice tornado
back.
EMP.
Radiant's bottom
There's a
tower
Nyx
is
stun,
under
and this is going to
siege.
be a lot of deaths, I think. Oh, and the Wall of Replica comes out, Bristleback's down. Enchantress in real trouble. They're using the Ion Shell so they don't get slowed by Untouchable.
Koifa's in a lot of trouble.
Yep, has been skilled.
TA pulls the aggro.
Bulba just using up his refraction charges to get some damage
I'm
on the
so
tower.
happy to see. I'm so happy to see that Doom used on Bristleback on Invoker instead of Bristleback. Bristleback can be a Doom target, but is often not because he's just so tanky and he'll just run away. It does disable Bristleback, but I'm much more happy to see it used on the Doom. I mean the Invoker.
I mean, if that EMP had gone off, I think top 5 would have been totally safe. Mainly because they got their kills due to stuns, due to things like that. That's what gave Liquid the ability to push as hard as they did. Oh, I'm getting some minor lag here. Can you still hear me, Davidy? Oh, evidently not. I'll do a quick reconnect here. Shouldn't be a problem. Not sure what server we're on actually, but you know, it's Doto. Hope we don't miss anything crucial. Fingers crossed. Might use this time to take a quick check at the Steam chat. Oh, I'm picking up viewers. Haha, Toby. Oh, did others? Ah, yes, awesome. We had a whole load of DCs there. Davidy, are you with me? What on earth just happened? So that's 4 members of the top 5 team, and it looked like 3 members of the Liquid team, all DCing at the same time, as well as me and my co-caster. If you have a look, that's actually kind of messed with top 5. I'm sure the pause came out relatively quickly. Yeah, I'm hopefully this isn't showing up on the stream, but I'm getting loads of messages that loads of people are now reconnecting to Dota. I think probably the network there just totally bugged out for a second. We might even have been lucky to keep anybody in the game, and keep the server alive. davidy is back on Dota. I'm not going to ask him to hold the game for him, but he'll be with us again shortly. And it does look like there was quite a lot of time there where the Radiant heroes were just running back to base. Hey davidy, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, we had pretty much everybody in the game, players included.
Yeah,
DC
I DC'd. Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, but it looks like the Radiant were pulled right out of position by it as well. Lifestealer was farming this camp last time I saw him. When I reconnected to the game, along with most of the top 5 team, they were walking back to base practically at the tier 2s.
There's a Centaur Courser just sitting there waiting to be farmed.
And Liquid taking Roche.
But I like what Radiant did there. They said, okay, we all kind of got pulled back together. Let's use this to smoke up and find somebody.
It's a 3-on-5 fight. It's a 3-on-5 fight. Doom is up. TA picking up the Aegis. Looks like they just want to try and get out, but they can't because Bulba is too exposed. The Aegis goes down. I think maybe they should have just let that go. So TA is going to die twice if necessary. Koifer's in though with a beautiful wall of replica. Wow. That
wall,
Koifer. And he's chasing down the Invoker as well.
He should be fine.
Wow, he just turned that around for the entire team. They turned that from a dead Doom and a dead TA, which would have left them massively underpowered, into TA still alive thanks to the Aegis. Doom will be back up in a sec, of course, and 4 dead heroes on top 5. Wow.
Wow, that wall just totally changed the whole shape of this game.
Just wow. I can't even. I don't even know how to can. That's all I can say. Oh, and Koifer now, he wants the Enchantress. He knows she'll be coming. Sleeping on the job a little bit though, I think. Or possibly he was hoping for somebody else. Let's have a quick look at the XP and gold graph. Oh, Liquid. Oh, Liquid, why you do this? 10,000 XP ahead, 15 minutes into the game. Looks like 7.5k gold. This is going to be nasty, and they've done it. Oh, wait, hold on. AA looks like he's suddenly going to switch to a more... he's picked up Tranquils. Is that just
He picked that up earlier on. Yeah, about,
he did?
about 5 minutes ago. Yeah.
Okay. Because I thought I saw him with easily enough money for Tranquils when he didn't have them earlier in the game. Maybe he decided he needed them and bought them quickly and then got back to saving for Midas.
You're right. He had about 900 gold and then bought the Tranquils.
Gank attempt here going off on Bulba, who doesn't care. Saying whatever to whatever's whatever. Doesn't have blink
Doesn't
though.
have his blink.
There's a trap. There'll be a slow to help, but that EMP is going to make it... Oh, he got the meld off just in time, but Bristleback has AoE. TC coming in here to defend this tier 1, which it's a natural time for the push, and the Doom going out on Bristleback. Does look like they've got them on the run though. There's there's a vacuum. Bristleback basically dead just from the Doom DOT, but they need to worry about this Invoker. They really do. He's the one who can get a combo off. I'm not sure why he didn't earlier, to be honest.
Should have saved it for Doom.
For
now they're gonna lose this fight. Fall. Bristleback is not a good Doom target here. Save it for the Invoker.
Yeah. I mean, for clarification purposes, Doom is an amazing counter to Bristleback. That's undeniable and separate. But that doesn't mean that Bristleback should always be your Doom target.
He's just too tanky.
I mean, I think if they had effective silences, then I would say, like, say somebody picked up an Orchid, then I would say Orchid the Invoker,
Good point.
Kill him quickly, and then Doom the Bristle, because you're not getting the item or passive block on the Invoker. Oh, Bulba goes...
Doom is their silence.
But Koifer's here, ready for another...
the wall.
Ready for another wall. Well, he got one pull through, but it's not where it needs to be to block their retreat. But he's just getting so much damage with Ion Shell. Fly now on the run with 0 mana. That's a dead Invoker. Oh, Doom tosses off a quick level death. Let's see, level 11. I think he might have misjudged. Yeah, I think he might have thought Invoker was 1 level higher than he actually is. because that would definitely have killed them with the level multiplier effect on level death. Which isn't something you hear often. You know, if that hero was a higher level, then he would have died to that. But that's the beauty of level death. Invoker, so scared. So scared. Such flea. Much wow. Triple X getting to farm up mid lane. Let's have a look at the items. Anything other than the...
Radiant's top tower is under siege.
You know what?
Bristle.
Check out Fluff. We were wrong. He's not going for the Midas. He's just going to rush straight into the Aghanims.
Radiant has fortified its structures.
He's picked up
Nothing
the point
wrong with
booster.
that.
Nothing wrong with that. I think he'll be able to get it. TC wants the kill. Gets the Doom on Lifestealer. Has to retreat. Oh dear. Did Rubik just steal what I think Rubik just stole? He did. Rubik has Doom.
He did.
Bum ba ba ba, ladies and
probably
gentlemen.
for the Darkseer. Should be for the Darkseer.
Radiant's bottom tower
I mean,
has been destroyed.
it also gives them a great opportunity to kill TA, but I suppose they don't need it quite as much for that. Yeah, Darkseer is the Darkseer or TA, I would say.
Could be TA.
If only Rubik had.
TA can contribute a lot while still doomed, but Darkseer can.
Radiant's bottom tower
I have to
has
say
been
the
attacked.
Aghanims effect on Doom
you
is one of my
probably already knew
favorite
that.
Aghanims effects in the game. It's not necessarily that good in practice. It sounds amazing, but
Sure.
it's not necessarily
It's
that good.
definitely one of the more. It's the one you have to sort of think about. It makes it a much more strategic ability.
Yes, definitely. I mean, it's great. Oh, nice tornado EMP. Gonna be enough, but oh, and
the
Doom
Doom.
coming out from Rubik. I think they would have got him anyway with that Sentry Ward there, and that Doom would have been much more useful on TA.
I don't think they could have killed TA even with the Doom though. Could be wrong. I think she would have been able to just walk away.
Lifestealer, Invoker, Rubik, Enchantress, possibly. I mean,
think
I
Rubik
can
had
still
already
see the point. It
used
wouldn't have got
Lift.
rid of the refraction
Dyer's middle
charges,
tower is under siege.
Yeah.
but I don't think they need it on the Nyx either.
Perhaps.
Perhaps, who knows?
Just excited to use his new toy.
Yeah, well, nothing wrong with that. It should be Christmas. Oh, and there it is,
More breakaway
vacuum.
from
The
Darkseer.
AAO comes in as well though. Nice wall
And a
to block
great,
off that
and a great
retreat
wall
path.
too.
The Fly and whatever both basically being retreated back, but Lifestealer's now popped Rage.
Enchantress is in trouble.
That she is.
Close to the secrets.
Koifa looking to use Ion Shell to get the damage, so doesn't have to attack, but TA, Bulber on TA doesn't need to worry about that because one attack will do the kill for her.
Lifestealer's still infested in this creep though.
Yep. They know it. I have no doubt they know it. Ping's coming out from Lifestealer going, hey,
Guys?
that's me in here, guys.
Guys?
Now let's see, if that creep takes tower harass, it's closest to the tower. Here we go.
Yep.
Had to come out there, pops the Rage, Bristleback's in time.
I
Looks
don't
like
think Liquid
TC's
knew.
in real trouble. Gets a Surge though. That should help him get away. Invoker drops an EMP. Darkseer still has enough for a vacuum though. It's a big fight going on. Fluff in real trouble. XXX almost being taken down. There it is, finished off by Bulba. Whatever, nobody wants to right click, but she can right click way too. Do we have a Spike Carapace? No, it's on cooldown.
Whatever that was.
But still, Nyx in exchange for Lifestealer or Bristle. And Bristle, sorry. Not what they wanted. Not what they wanted. And Koifa puts out a regen
There's a
rune,
regen bottom.
saving it for Bulba. Fill up that bottle. Dyer here. Top 5 looking to push. Nope, looking to gank. TC
Dyer's
definitely
top
a
tower is
good
under
target. If they
siege.
could kill him, that would be amazing. But not going to happen. And I do like the liquid wards up. They're not in a
Dyer's
position to
top
take use of
tower
them,
is
make use of them
under
at the
attack.
moment. But given that they were just
It's
doing
probably
a big
nothing
push
to
on the mid
worry
lane,
about.
great place to have wards. AAO
Dyer's
used
top
to
tower is
scout there,
being
I assume.
attacked.
Doesn't find anything. Bunch of creeps. Maybe a bit of AFK jungle farming. Doom looks to be building into Shiva's guard. I think given that they have vacuum, that is an amazing pickup. In fact, I think one of the main problems that might be coming out of top 5 is they're trying to play this like a team game, but they're not going to win team fights with the skills they have. Yep, davidy here. Oh, and way to gets a nice stun off. Invoker's going to melt before he has a chance to do anything. And this is now Liquid looking to just push. There's no problem for it. They'll see the rotations through the jungle. They know that the top 5 heroes are not in lane. Has that
I think top 5's
sentry...
biggest problem has been. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
The sentry hasn't spotted out the observer.
Radiant's middle tower is under siege.
Davidy? What was on your mind?
I was just gonna say, I think top 5's biggest problem is that they really don't have any initiation tools. They have a life stealer, but no infest. The only options they have is tornado. It was either tornado EMP from Invoker or infest bomb with Ghost Walk, but they haven't used that. That's their only initiation options, and Invoker doesn't really seem interested, and he's not, I guess, doesn't see himself as that type of hero, though he did build the Force Staff.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, I think the Ghost Walk option is a great option as an X bomb. I really like it.
Sure, absolutely.
Might be a little bit risky running up against Doom and a Dark Tier, but it's great. But you're right, Invoker's just not interested. It's not how they're playing it.
And so without that, they have no way to initiate fights. I mean, I agree that maybe they're not slated to win team fights, but I certainly think they can. If they want to go 5-man, they could, if they use Invoker's initiation tools as an initiator. But he doesn't want to do that. He wants to run cleanup and let Lifestealer initiate, but Lifestealer can't initiate on his own.
Yeah. Oh, and Tornado misses.
They're trying to initiate with Bristleback's tankiness and Lifestealer's rage, but Bristleback should be running cleanup, and Invoker should be initiating with Lifestealer or Tornado EMP.
Yeah,
like that's what I think.
And Rage should really be being saved for situations where there's a stun or something coming in or something, rather than just put on before you go into the fight. It's how I play Lifestealer, putting it on before I go into the fight, and I play it wrong. You know, it's just that kind of like, oh god.
He does find AA though, but see, this is not enough. You can't initiate with Rage.
Yep, and Bulba's just going to laugh off that EMP, BKB, sorry Invoker. There's a Doom, that's Rubik and Bristle dead, and no real even damage going down on Liquid other than on
Honestly,
the AA.
That fight was like, as Bulba just blows Enchantress to pieces.
And GG.
That fight is like a perfect example of what I was trying to say. I mean, that was like exactly what I was trying to say was the problem with how they were running these fights. Exactly what happened there.
GG has been called, but no Radiant. There we go. There we go. Lots of people receive prizes for winning a glorious victory, and I think those were. I mean, the first game was really interesting. That second game is more what I expected to happen the whole way through. But yeah, GG to both teams. Massive respect to Top 5 for what they were trying in the first game, and thank you to Davidy for helping me out with this.
Glad to be it.
Yeah, it's been great. Davidy's channel, of course, David Y. Stevenson.
Absolutely.
On Twitch, obviously, and I'm actually not casting the next game, which is just to remind myself. I think it's it's Cloud9 against MYM. But I think you might be able to find that over on Ninja Bunny 64, who's another one of our wave casters. So yeah, check it out, guys. Anybody watching, please sub to me as well. Hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, see you next time.